नमस्कार, समाचार में आप सभी का स्वागत है। ये सीधे लिए चलते हैं आपको भारतीय जनता पार्टी मुख्यालय।
In the last election, Shri Anil Antony ji, and the both of us will be addressing you on a very important issue that has actually shaken the conscience of this country. Are we audible? Friends, the visuals of the burning pyres that are emanating from Tamil Nadu makes all of us, every Indian, hang his head in shame, sorrow, anger and grief. These burning bodies of 53 individuals, they are the bodies of 53 Indians. They are the bodies of 53 Tamilians. They are the bodies of 53 breadwinners of their families. They are the bodies of 53, majority of them are youth. And because that area in Tamil Nadu, if you are familiar with it, Karunapuram, it is a SC dominated area. A majority of these 53 people unfortunately belong to the SC community, to the backward community. And this image will be remembered for a very, very long time, because this image is not the image of a tragedy. It is the image of a man-made disaster, a state-sponsored murder for which the DMK government is solely responsible. But instead of taking action on this state-sponsored murder, what we find from the DMK is that it continues to shield the villains of this ghastly crime. In May 2023, friends, you would remember that 23 individuals had lost their lives by the consumption of spurious illicit liquor. That was in Villupuram and in Chengalpet. At that time too, the BJP Tamil Nadu, its leadership, had exposed the nexus between the DMK leaders and functionaries and this entire illicit liquor trade that is taking place in Tamil Nadu. But nothing was done. DMK today has come to mean two things: do nothing, muzzle everyone, kill people through illicit liquor. DMK means D for do nothing, M for muzzle everyone, K for kill everyone through illicit liquor. The other meaning of DMK has also become Daru, Mafia and Katta Panchayat. And therefore, when this nexus was exposed in May 2023, after 23 people lost their lives, instead of taking strong action, Chief Minister Stalin and the DMK government protected the entire nexus of illegal liquor mafia with the politicians of DMK. In this case too, you will find that what you have seen in Karunapuram village, in Kallakurachi, the entire operation was taking place right in the middle of the town, right in the middle of that area, right next to the court and next to the police station. Could this have happened without the involvement and the nexus of the local police, political and other administration? One of the accused that has been arrested, if you see the media reports that are emanating from Tamil Nadu, you can find that there is a sticker of DMK party on the outside and the inside of his house. This is the media that has shown it, which means clearly that one of the accused has deep links with the DMK party. There might be many more linkages that can only come out in a fair and impartial probe. But when the accused has a linkage with DMK, when the DMK administration and the police functioning under the DMK government has been complicit in this murder, in this state-sponsored murder, and when the DMK government has continually perpetrated this kind of illegal liquor trade, because in 2008 also you would have seen when DMK was in power, 180 deaths took place. It is clear that this is not a Sahyog, it is not even a Prayog, it has become the Udyog of DMK to allow the illicit liquor to move on and to carry on at the cost of people's lives. We have also seen how DMK's functionaries have been time and again involved in drug rackets. Jafar Sadiq's name comes to mind. And therefore today, when such a tragedy or man-made DMK-sponsored murder of epic proportions has taken place, the Bharatiya Janata Party from Tamil Nadu right up to Delhi is making the following demands. One, Chief Minister Stalin, why aren't you allowing for a CBI probe in this entire matter when it is clear as daylight that your administration and the police was clearly involved in this illicit liquor trade which has cost the lives of 53 people and counting? Can there be any faith in the CBI, in the CBCID probe that has been ordered by the state government? Second, why is the Minister of Prohibition and Excise, Mr. Muthuswamy, not being sacked immediately for an impartial probe to take place? Third, what is the cost of one life in Tamil Nadu? 10 lakh rupees. 10 lakh rupees is enough to take the life of one person in Tamil Nadu. Fourth, Karunapuram, as I was mentioning earlier, is a SC dominated area. Majority of the victims, the families, belong to the SC community. Those who scream from the rooftops about Dalit lives mattering, today their eloquent silence is deafening. The eloquent silence of Shri Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Vadra ji, who during the election spoke umpteen number of times about South India, about how they were the natural choice for South India, and about Dalits. Today, after this man-made disaster has taken place thanks to their ally DMK, they have not uttered a single comment or word, leave alone a condolence message. And therefore my question is to Indie Alliance, which has some sort of fascination for anything to do with sharab and liquor. You can see whether it is in Delhi, sharab ghotala, whether it was the previous government in Chhattisgarh or Bhupesh Baghel, sharab ghotala, or whether it is Jharkhand, or whether it is now in Tamil Nadu. Why are the members of the Indie Alliance eloquently silent on this entire issue? And what will it take for Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Vadra, who talk about many issues, many tragedies which take place in other states, for them to open their mouth on this entire issue where 53 people have lost their lives? This means that their concern for South India was only cosmetic. Their concern for SC community was only cosmetic. Finally, since majority of the victims are from the SC community, it would be appropriate, and we can make this demand as citizens of the country, that the SC Commission or the other commissions that are involved in their concern for SC community was only cosmetic. Finally, since majority of the victims are from the SC community, it would be appropriate, and we can make this demand as citizens of the country, that the SC Commission or the other commissions that are involved in this task should take notice of this, perhaps suo motu notice, and should ask the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu and also the DGP and other functionaries of Tamil Nadu government and police as to who is responsible for the cost of these 53 lives. Until we speak, till now, Chief Minister Stalin has not visited the area concerned. This shows that he has abdicated all the responsibility, and therefore, today accountability must be fixed. We once again demand a CBI probe, and we demand immediate sacking of the Prohibition and Excise Minister. I will now hand it over to my colleague Anil Antony ji, after which we will open up for some questions.
Good afternoon. I thank my esteemed colleague and Senior Spokesperson Shehzad Poonawala ji for the brief. And I also thank all my friends in the media fraternity for being here today. The Bharatiya Janata Party today wants to bring to the nation's attention some very concerning incidents from the state of Tamil Nadu that is a grave danger for the well-being as well as the safety and security of our brothers and sisters in Tamil Nadu. In the past few days, over 200 people have been hospitalized in various hospitals in Tamil Nadu, from Kallakurichi to Jipmer to Salem and Mudiyambigam government hospitals. And 53 people have been confirmed death because of the consumption of spurious liquor that seems to be very readily available in the state of Tamil Nadu. The response and actions of the state government indicate a clear collusion between government authorities and a lackadaisical approach that is very detrimental towards the state's well-being. The first instances of these incidents happened between Tuesday evening and Wednesday, the 19th of June, where a few people, citizens of India, people of Tamil Nadu, had been hospitalized in various hospitals in the state after consumption of spurious liquor Tuesday evening. However, after some deaths, after the relatives of some of the victims coming out in public and saying that it is because of spurious liquor, the collector of the district, he came out in public and on record said that the deaths are because of some mysterious illness without referring to spurious liquor. This misinformation led to more people visiting many of these outlets, and in the last 2 days, the number of victims increased and the number of hospitalizations dramatically increased. These are not the first incidences that are happening in the state. As my esteemed colleague had already mentioned, in 2023, there had been 2 instances in Chengalpattu and Villupuram districts in Tamil Nadu, where there were 22 confirmed deaths. And according to National Crime Records Bureau, Tamil Nadu reported 20 such deaths in 2020 and 6 in 2021. These instances are very recurring and common in Tamil Nadu. BJP, first of all, we as a party demands the resignation of the Prohibition and Excise Minister, Muthuswamy, with immediate effect. However, here the responsibility is not just for one person. The Chief Minister, Sri M.K. Stalin, in his 2021 manifesto had, in his point 360, promised to abolish alcohol and bring prohibition in the state step by step. However, if you look at numbers of TASMAC, Tamil Nadu State Marketing Corporation, which is mandated to sell alcohol in the state, its revenue has been increasing by 18 to 22% every year. This means that the state's prohibition policy has failed. The Bharatiya Janata Party also requests the Chief Minister to look into the prohibition policy and bring it into the right immediately. The State President Annamalai ji and other leaders have visited the victims in the last few days, and each of the victims, they are below the poverty line, they are from below the poverty line, and they are all from the SC community, the lower caste community, and they are all daily wage earners who are many a times the lone breadwinners in their own families. The Tamil Nadu BJP has announced 1 lakh as a compensation to each family, and the Tamil Nadu Bharatiya Janata Party, led by Annamalai ji, has requested, is now fighting to ensure that there is a CBI probe in the incident, on the incident. The Bharatiya Janata Party also wants to ask the other partners of the India Alliance, the partners of the DMK, the Congress Party, the Communist Party, and all the parties, the Congress led by Rahul Gandhi, the Communist Party led by Pinarayi Vijayan, and all the other India Alliance members, why they are very, very silent on this issue. No concern on this issue has been showed so far. There is not even an evidence of any phone call that has gone from any of these leaders to the DMK leadership. The Bharatiya Janata Party wants to know why the other India Alliance partners are very silent on this issue. The Bharatiya Janata Party immediately wants the resignation of the Prohibition Minister who has failed. The Bharatiya Janata Party wants to know why the Chief Minister of the state, Sri M.K. Stalin, has not gone to these areas so far. We want a CBI inquiry in the state. We are fighting for that. And we want to ensure that there is justice to each of the victims and there is well-being, safety and security for our brothers and sisters in Tamil Nadu. Thank you.
Before we open it up for questions, I'll just make a brief statement in Hindi also. Primarily this issue, because it concerns Tamil Nadu, we thought it was better to open in English. मित्रों, जो दृश्य हम लोग उन जलती हुई चिताओं के देख रहे हैं लगातार, वो हर भारतीय को अपना मस्तिष्क झुकाने पर शर्म से, गुस्से से मजबूर करती है। क्योंकि वो दृश्य जो है वो केवल 53 लाशों के नहीं है, वो 53 भारतीय हैं, वो 53 तमिलियंस हैं, वो 53 ऐसे लोग हैं जो अपने परिवार के एकमात्र कमाई का स्रोत थे। वो किसी के भाई थे, वो किसी के बेटे थे, वो युवा थे, और अधिकतम लोग, क्योंकि करुणापुरम इलाका जो है कल्लकुरिच्ची का, वो क्योंकि वो एससी अनुसूचित जाति समुदाय डोमिनेटेड इलाका है, तो ज़्यादातर जो लोग थे वहाँ के वो अनुसूचित जाति से आने वाले लोग थे। और इस पर आज सवाल ये पैदा होता है कि इसको केवल कोई दुर्घटना घटना बोलना ये अन्याय होगा। दरअसल ये राज्य प्रायोजित मृत्यु है, राज्य प्रायोजित हत्याएं हैं, ये स्टेट स्पॉन्सर्ड मर्डर है। और स्टेट स्पॉन्सर्ड मर्डर के पीछे केवल और केवल वहां की डीएमके की सरकार जिम्मेदार है। क्योंकि इससे पहले भी मई 2023 में आपको याद होगा कि 23 लोगों की जान इसी प्रकार से गई थी तमिलनाडु के 2 जिलों में। उस समय पर भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी की तमिलनाडु की इकाई ने यह बताया था कि कैसे डीएमके के नेताओं का और इस इलिसिट लिकर माफिया का पूरा तार जुड़ता है, पर उस पर भी डीएमके ने कुछ नहीं किया। डीएमके का मतलब ही बन चुका है डू नथिंग, कुछ मत करो, मजल एवरीवन, सबको चुप कर दो। असेंबली से लेकर सड़कों पर अगर कोई आवाज उठाए तो उनको चुप कर दो, और के से किल एवरीवन। अपनी शराब में पैसे कमाने की लालच से सबको मार दो। ये वही पार्टी है जिसको कहा जा सकता है डी फॉर दारू, एम फॉर माफिया, के फॉर कट्टा पंचायत। यही बन चुका है डीएमके का मतलब, बाकी और कोई उसूल नहीं बचे। और इसीलिए आज जब यह घटना हुई तो सवाल महत्वपूर्ण ये उत्पन्न होते हैं कि उस इलाके के बीचों बीच दिन दहाड़े ये कैसे चलता रहा। ये सारा कृत्य पुलिस स्टेशन के पास चलता रहा, कोर्ट के पास चलता रहा। क्या पुलिस की सांठगांठ और वहां के राजनीतिक नेतृत्व और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की जानकारी के बिना यह हो सकता था? दूसरा, जो वहां पर एक अपराधी पकड़ा गया है उसके घर से, यह मीडिया ने दिखाया है, डीएमके के जो प्रमोशनल मटेरियल है, स्टिकर वगैरह, वो दिखे हैं। मतलब कि वो डीएमके का एक्टिव कार्यकर्ता मालूम पड़ता है। पता नहीं वहां की पुलिस इसको दबाने का प्रयास करेगी, पर जब डीएमके के कार्यकर्ता इन्वॉल्व है, डीएमके द्वारा संचालित एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन उस पर निकम्मा बनकर बैठा रहा, डीएमके के चीफ मिनिस्टर के तहत, क्योंकि वो होम मिनिस्टर भी है, उनके तहत आने वाली पुलिस ने एक ब्लाइंड आई टर्न किया, तो क्या उम्मीद की जा सकती है कि डीएमके की सरकार इसमें निष्पक्ष जांच होने देगी? क्योंकि 2008 में भी अब जब जाते हैं, डीएमके की सरकार थी तो 180 ऐसी हत्याएं हुई थी।
और आप जानते हैं तमिलनाडु के कल्लुरुचि में